Today we're covering some of the best cases, including some of my favorite clear cases for the iPhone XR. Yes, I said X because I refuse to say 10. So let's check it out. Let's start off with my favorites. Sponsored or not, the RhinoShield solid suitcase has been my daily driver for any phone I carry. They come in multiple back finishes. I've got the fancy black leather option here, and they have improved the texture on the edge too. It's still fairly smooth, so it's not the grippiest case out there, but it's got this sandy-like texture now, which definitely helps in keeping the fingers attached. The real value is on the inside though. They call it shock spread technology, I call it honeycomb cereal. It's lined throughout the case and designed for this. Unfortunately, if you did get the iPhone XR to show off your true colors, it only peeks through the camera hole. It's a nice accent, but definitely not the most colorful. The buttons are covered and clicky, and plenty of coverage for the lens around back. As much as I love the leather, they've got multiple material options, including a soft microfiber finish, this industrial brushed metal look, real oak wood if you like camouflaging your phone on dinner tables, and of course the bad boy carbon fiber. They're all just as tough and still fits in a fairly slim package. If choosing a back pattern isn't enough, you're also able to customize button colors too, like this festive green and red finish. You can essentially have a new case design on the daily, and it's one you can trust with a thick front lip, but to ensure full 360 degrees of protection, I highly recommend you pair it with their impact screen protector, which I've smashed with a hammer without an issue. And add on a drop test we've previously done for the solid suit, they speak for themselves. That's not all, they also sell a lens mount for several devices, the XR being one of them as well. And even if you don't want their lenses, it just makes for a great cage to protect your existing camera. But with it, you are able to utilize their new wide angle lenses to get some pretty epic shots of your instant noodles. Now this is my full setup with the solid suit, a pop wallet, and a pop socket attached on top. Paired with the lens adapter and lens, it makes shooting my masterpieces a breeze. Now if that's all too much though, go with my slim case of choice, the no frills Spigen thin fit. A hard shell case that's super slim, but it's the soft matte finish that takes the cake for me. I've said it before, but you really have to feel it yourself to understand. Now it's not a tough case or even meant to protect your phone all that much. I mean, there's cutouts for everything and even along the top and bottom. I personally love the clicky feel of the actual buttons, so still being able to feel out the actual buttons emphasizes this case is not getting in your way. Honestly, the case is really just for anyone that hates the glossy glass finish and just wants to add some grip without bulking up whatsoever. It's super thin, you'll barely remember it's there, and it's reasonably priced for a case that almost doesn't exist. A slight lip around the front, but again, don't expect it to save your phone from high drops. I do recommend you pair it with a screen protector though, like the impact one from RhinoShield. Overall, it just feels great to hold and the perfect option for the minimalists out there. But if you're super serious about never dropping your phone, the Spec Presidio Grip is my best grippy case. The whole backside is lined with a rubber pattern you can actually feel, and boy does it feel good to hold. It's wrapped around the edges and your fingers and palm rest perfectly along it, so your phone never does the slip and slide. You actually just feel confident holding your phone for once. As a case, it does everything right too. It's got a decent lip around the camera, covered and very clicky buttons, and it's got what I call preventative drop protection. Because it's so grippy, you won't be dropping your phone in the first place. But we all can't be perfect. Even if you do manage to let it go, there's a thick lip around the front screen that'll prevent it from making out with your table. Combine that with their impacting material, which is their rubber infused into a hard plastic shell, and the air pockets throughout the inside of the case to disperse impact. It's got the whole package: grip, protection, and at least for me, a pretty cool Tron looking design. But I get you're not all cool like I am, and may want something a little more sophisticated, so my best leather case goes to the Mujo Full Leather, and as the name suggests, is just nothing but leather. Not just any leather, full grain leather, some of the best of the best, and this little guy is softer than a tushy. Plus, if that wasn't enough, they claim the microfiber lining is the finest Japanese microfiber, so if you're into pampering inanimate objects, this is how it's done. Buttons stick out and are molded out from the leather, clicky, and they don't kill the look of the case. It's thick enough to cover the camera too, and like the classic Apple leather case that isn't available for the XR, the bottom is fully cut out. So if you're trying to fill the void of Apple's missing leather case, this simple, minimal, all leather case is the one to get. There's a slight lip around the screen, good enough to set it face down, but in general, the case isn't designed to be super tough. It's a looker, and one that'll get better as it patinas over time. Finally, I think if you do get the iPhone XR in a rad color, you just have to show it off. So here are my top 3 clear cases. All of these allowing that neon yellow to shine through. The Spigen Ultra Hybrid for its price, the Xtoria Defense Shield for that color shift, and the Callus Impact for, well, its impact protection. Starting off with the affordable Spigen Ultra Hybrid, this one doesn't offer anything special except that whole clear backing. The edges do come in a variety of color, but I like the black on yellow look popularized back in 2011 by Wiz Khalifa. It's a simple case that does everything right. Clicky buttons, camera protected, and all in a slim package to show off that glorious minion design. The edges have a smooth matte finish, which is great for anyone with sweaty fingers to grip onto, but what's a clear case if it can't stay clear? So let's test that out. The scratches are apparent, so I wouldn't share pockets with keys, but it looks like the heavy yellow color covers up most of it. Thankfully, it's got a decent lip to keep your screen lifted, and even mini air pockets on each corner for slightly better drop protection. But by no means is this a tough case. So if you are the type to drop everything and can spend a bit more, there's the Catalyst Impact Protection case. Especially in this all clear model, the whole case feels solid. The buttons aren't raised or separated, just a small textured area, although still clicky. Their signature round dial mute rocker switch that's just fun to fidget with, and just enough clearance for the camera lens, although can be mildly concerning. But really you want it for this all clear back combined with a flat edge matte finish, which makes holding the whole phone fairly comfortable. And if you're extra worried, they do offer a lanyard hold too, which would remove any possibility of dropping your phone at all. But if you did, the case is called Impact Protection for a reason. Thick lip around the screen, and I've tested this in a dedicated review and can confidently say it's one of my favorite clear tough cases. Of course, if you're diligent enough, just use the lanyard and you never have to worry about dropping your phone ever again. But it's key test time. Wow, it surprisingly did alright. Scratches aren't super evident, and again, the bright yellow covers up the rest. I'll admit, the Catalyst Impact Protection case is my favorite clear case of the bunch. Lastly, this one's special thanks to the rim around back, the Exterior Defense Shield. Made of an anodized aluminum, I've got the iridescent colorway, which honestly looks the raddest. But as you can tell, the whole case is structured and stiff all around. Still fairly slim, but you'll definitely feel the added weight. But this clear combo combined with the shifting colors of the case, come on. The buttons are flat along the edges. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but they do the job. The camera is covered with a thick lip, and the bottom speaker is redirected to the front too. It kinda helps, but isn't game changing. The case looks premium. It feels like an industrial tool in the hand, but can also take a beating like one too. Thanks to the front lip, combination of rubber and aluminum around back, with the bubble pattern along the interior to absorb drops, it can handle light drops without an issue. It's hard as a rock, or the rock. Let's see how it handles against other metal. Again, I don't recommend sharing pockets with keys. The metal does scratch up, but I kinda like it. It gives it a beat up fighter look. So if you want something unique, the Exterior Defense Shield is for you. Or maybe the affordable Speaking Ultra Hybrid and tough Catalyst Impact Protection. There's also the stylish and sophisticated all leather Mujo case, the grip on grip spec Presidio grip, a case you won't even remember is there with the Speaking Thin Fit, and the tougher than bones RhinoShield Solitude case with its many options of customization too. If you've got the new iPhone XR, there's a case here for whatever style you like. Links to everything I mentioned and any coupon codes can be found down below. And if you were to ask me which one is my favorite, my daily driver is usually the Speaking Thin Fit, just because I prefer thin cases, and this matte finish, you really have to feel it to believe it. But for my full-fledged setup, sponsored or not, it's the RhinoShield Solitude for that trusted protection, pop wallet, pop socket, and their lens mount with the 4K HD lens that easily goes on like this, ching, just like that. Instagram stories, any photos on the go, I've got everything set up just like this, and super easy to grip. Anyways, that's it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment down below which was your favorite case. I rest my cases.